Hello again, viewers, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages. I'm your guide, Brenna, Weaver. When we last left off on our journey, we began our trek through the Winged Dungeon in search of the second essence, defeated the mid-boss Swoop, and obtained Rock's Feather, which allows us to jump over small passages. So let's go ahead and continue on. You can see there's a blocked door down there. What we need to do is take that tile that is yellow and turn it to red. But the thing about the floor around it is if you stand on it too long, pit forms. So you want to be careful about that. And jumping, when you're not jumping directly into a pit, is about the easiest way. So just jump over it twice, and the door opens. Let's go ahead and jump our way through here. Watch out for the keys. They will try to push you into the pits. Of course, they don't need to do too much if you can't jump the pits yourself. Go ahead and head into the minecart. You want to make sure that you hit the switch before you start heading back, otherwise you'll end up going into the room we were just in. Now you can see that gate over there is down, so what we need to do is do a little circle with this block, so that when we push it into the slot there, it will be blue, and that will open the gate. But before we take the minecart through there, you can see that there is a bomb hole crack right there. So we want to go ahead and take our bombs out and blow that up. Go ahead and switch over to the windshield here. As you can hear, there's a key hidden in here, so go ahead and destroy all the enemies. Good, we can get rid of that infernal beeping. And we can collect our key. Very nice. Thankfully, the gate and the switch do not reset when you leave the room to go collect that key, so that is very nice. While you're doing this room, watch out for the pea-hats. While they're in the air, you cannot hurt them, so you're going to have to wait until they land. Though if you're lucky, they shouldn't be a problem for you. As you can see, we have another jump tile puzzle. Thankfully, we can jump over, if we get it right, 2 at once. So just jump over the set on the left once, and the set on the right twice, or in my case, jump over like that, and collect our second key. And now that we have those 2 keys and the Rock's Feather, we're done on this floor, so we can go ahead and head back up. And get rid of that block. We could go in that minecart, but we just end up at another lowered gate, so instead we want to come down here so we can open it. As always, watch out for the keys. Jump over the tile twice, and the gate will raise. So now we just want to head back to the minecart. And to do that, you just cut through the main boss room here, and we're back up there. Just take the long ride over. If only we could collect those items we keep getting from killing enemies from the minecart. Oh well. Now, this chest over here just contains a gaseous seed, so if you want to skip it and avoid fighting those enemies, go ahead. Alright, so coming to this room up here, you want to have your power bracelet equipped to start out. You want to remove the 3 pots along the wall, but don't get rid of the pot right in front of me, because as you can see over there, there's a switch we're going to need to use the pot on. At this point, you want to go ahead and switch from your power bracelet to your Rock's Feather. because in order to get the pot all the way onto the switch, you're going to need to jump a few gaps. Sometimes, see, now if the pea-hat's kind of sitting up on the wall like it was there, go ahead and ignore it because you're not going to be able to reach it, and it's not really going to be able to reach you. Otherwise, obviously, kill it. But now that the pot's on the switch, we can go through. There is a locked door above us and to the right of us, so instead we want to come down, and there is a key for us to collect. Now the trick to this puzzle is that you have this collection of statues on the left side of the room, and you want the right side of the room to match it. But you can only move the statues that match the color of the flame. So right now we can move the red statues into the corner. And then you just want to jump over the tile in front of the flame to change the colors so you can move the rest of the statues into place. Not a very hard puzzle, but it's a good introduction. You'll see quite a few more of these as we get into some of the later dungeons. Oracle of Ages is considered to be the more puzzle-oriented of the two Oracle games, and while a lot of people kind of prefer Seasons because they find Ages too puzzle-heavy, I actually really do enjoy the puzzle aspect of this game, as frustrating it can be at times. Now we could go open the door to the north, but instead we want to come over here. And with this room, if you haven't figured out, kind of the gimmick in this dungeon are these jumping, color-changing tiles puzzles. So in here you can see that there are these little blobs I'm killing. You want to kill them quickly as soon as you change the color, because once they have a chance, they'll kind of camouflage in with the floor, and at that point they'll become invulnerable. So flip it one more time and get rid of the last one, and a treasure chest appears with the boss key. Very nice. Now we can go ahead and head through that door to the north. Watch out for the little kind of phantom things as you're going through. We don't have anything right now that can hurt them. Now the power bracelet. The pots at the bottom of the room here don't have anything in them, but this pot here has a refresh of bombs, and the pot here has a fairy. If you couldn't guess from the bomb crest, we are going to want bombs for our fight. And we will also want our Rock's Feathers. So make sure you have those equipped before you take the stairs up to face the boss. This is Headthwop. He takes 4 bombs to kill, and his trick is that each of his 4 faces have a different gimmick to them. And so you can see the purple face here will drop down to the ceiling and cause some boulders to fall. What you want to do is get the red face, because that is the only one that will take damage. As I said, 4 bomb hits and he'll go down. And yeah, you can stand on the moving platform there, but I find generally that if you do that, you're going to end up getting hit by those little Podoboo type things. So instead you kind of want to stand in the corner of the platforms on the top. This is the blue head. He will spit out fireballs. You want to quickly run from one side of the room to the other. That way you can avoid those fireballs. And don't worry about running out of bombs. As you saw, he will occasionally drop bomb refills. The trick to this boss isn't so much avoiding damage as it is getting them the timing to get the hits in. This can be a very tedious fight. And it can be a little tricky if you don't know what you're doing. I know the first time I did this boss, I could not for the life of me figure it out because I didn't realize that you had to hit the red head for it to take damage. I was just kind of throwing bombs at random and wondering why it wasn't doing anything. And it also does help, because I was taking a lot of damage as well, because I didn't know that you could stand on the side. I thought you had to stand on those little moving platforms. But, yeah. Not a hard boss, just a tedious one. I think this is finally it. And indeed it is. We have finally defeated Hylian. Collect our prize, a heart container. Of course, the important other prize. We come through the store. We get the ancient wood, an essence of time. It whispers only truth to closed ears from out of the stillness. And of course, now that we've collected the essence, the Mercury Tree will contact us. Weaver, I sense an essence of time on the southeast Crescent Island. Find a way there from the town's coast. But I think we're going to save that for next time. So until then, this is Weaver signing off. See you guys later.